everybody, and welcome back once again to Let's Play Disco Elysium. Yet again, more fantastic music in our little cabin that we have recently procured from an old lady outside, bless her heart. Okay, so as I outlined in the last session, what we're going to be doing now is we are going to be heading back to the eastern part of town to take care of a couple of chores. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put our damn carrier bag away. Make us look like a homeless fella. And now we're not homeless, we've got a shack. So yeah, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pop off back to the pawn shop, buy ourselves that boombox. Dual purpose. Purpose number one, and perhaps the most important purpose, is to ensure that we can listen to our sad little church song in preparation for a karaoke session. And then of course the side purpose, to listen to the evidential tape that we picked up from the Hardy Boys in relation to a taped confession, I think it was, from the fella that was murdered. Okay, so here we are. Let's take a quick look again. Welcome back to the pawn shop. Right, so we managed to barter him down a little bit. It was 12, it's now 8. We have the required amount of coin, and we don't need coin to stay anywhere, so let's get spending. Thanking him for the discount, taking the boombox. And here you are, quality sound reproduction on the go. It'll play anything, wherever, turn any tape into a conversation of sounds and shapes. It's exactly what we want. So this is tape player Harman Wowshi W02. Equip this to play tapes. This is the reel-to-reel boombox of everyone's youth. A little banged up, a little chipped, and honestly not that loud either. Looks cool though. Excels at being carried on the shoulder, allowing you to play audio tape items and blast music into the face of unsuspecting strangers. Okay. You know, it's just, you can visualize it. Visuals of the 80s. People walking around carrying boom boxes on the shoulder. You know. It's a famous sight. Okay, so whilst we're up in this neck of the woods, a couple of other things to take care of. There is that signed document to post off. Yeah, drop the white envelope in with those phony signatures. You drop the white envelope in the darkness. It lands with a soft thud on what sounds like a couple of letters. Probably did the right thing. You can't trust that slug, Evra. You know he's going to play you somehow. Alright, let's go back to Evra. The lieutenant turns toward the industrial harbour. If we don't mention anything to him, he won't know before it's too late. So we got to go there sooner rather than later. Check in with him and tell him we've done it before he realises or finds out exactly what we've done. Sounds like a reasonable plan, to be honest with you. Didn't anticipate going back to him anytime soon, but it does make sense. But we'll just hang on for a second. Just want to give Gart his... just going to give Guy his stuffed goose. See if that makes any difference whatsoever when it comes to a discount here, perhaps?
Can I help you?
Yeah, look, I found a new bird for this place. Giving him the ruffed goose. Oh, it's a grouse, not a goose. Did I misread that last time? I just misremembered. What's this thing? The man takes the stuffed bird. No, I just thought it would look nice, you know, on the wall, replacing this thing. You've been stood here for 3 days trying to fix it, for heaven's sake. Not getting much work done, apparently. So, you know, stick this on the wall. Bob's your uncle. What? The interior decorating kind? He inspects the bird somewhat suspiciously, then mellows. You know, I'm sorry. This is actually a nice bird, a competent piece of taxidermy. I can fix it to the plaque, and I have a new bird in the establishment, I guess. He hesitates. So, I don't know. Thank you? I'm going to go with thank you. This was mostly about the fucking cardio. Massive cardio here. You'll live till 90, or you'll get heart attack from running. I feel good about our work here today. The lieutenant nods. It's all about the little things, like bringing people random stuffed animals. Yeah, about my bill for tonight. You know, I've just given you a grouse, sorry. I don't know my birds. Still 20 real. So good job we found the shack then, isn't it? Because apparently that did not give us a discount. Right, now we're going to put him on notice.
Is there something you needed?
Oh, well. Bringing them that new bird has made a difference in his attitude. Maybe we've already told him about the fact that we were going to sing karaoke, but it seems more real now that we've actually got the boombox. In fact, if we actually listen to the church song today, we might be able to sing karaoke this evening. No point in delaying the inevitable, right? Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to pop off to see Everard Clare, see what he has to say for himself, and then after we've dealt with him, we're going to listen to the boombox. Come on, Kitsuragi. Keep moving, keep moving. It's all about fitness here. Right, here we are once again. This blasted container.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time, since you're already sat on that chair.
Okay, so quite a few new lines of conversation that we can bring up here. Right, well, we'll start with the reason why we came here in the first place, which is to tell him that we have mailed the signatures. The golden boy returns once more. Wonderful, simply wonderful, Harry. He claps his hand together like a child who's just been offered cotton candy. Of course, I already knew this. My friend, the mailman, confirms the letter is on its way. That's very quick work indeed. We've only just done it. You've done a great thing today. You've given the children of Martinez a real future, Harry. And I feel I can finally trust you now. You're in my inner circle. You too, Mr. Kitsuragi. He nods to the lieutenant, smiling broadly. We can talk about anything. The strike, the murder, your lost gun. Nothing is off the table. Judging from how happy he is, it looks like you did it. He doesn't appear to suspect trickery. Right. We're not going to discuss the signatures any further. Okay, we'll start with what he can do for us. Can I get my gun now? Harry, I've got to be honest with you. He turns solemn. Your gun was found 2 days ago. Withholding this information weighed heavily on me. But it had to be done. Yes, very good, but where is it? An old woman has it. And let me tell you, Harry, word on the street is, she's a character. So watch out. This must be the woman who bought the gun from Roy. The one he described as terrifying. Yeah, so the gun is still with the woman who brought it from Roy? Yes, the same one. I see you've done your research. The pawn shop made the gun easy to track. He smiles, shakes his head in wonderment. Crazy stuff, Harry. Selling your gun like that? Wild. Anyway, the neighbours of this old woman contacted my men because they trust me and the Débardeurs Union. Apparently, she was waving it around at the entrance to her building. Waving the gun around doesn't sound good. None of this does. Who is this old woman? Unfortunately, I don't know any more. You're going to have to go in blind, Harry. But she's an old lady. How dangerous can she be? Oh, and she calls herself the Pigs. There it is again. The Pigs. Like Roy said, not good at all. I, for one, find it refreshing. Finally, someone calls themselves a pig. A smile flickers in the corner of his mouth. It actually sounds extremely bad, but let's not give him the satisfaction. So just to confirm, she was waving it around at people? As I said, she's a character. I didn't have time for details. He smiles. It sounds like she's unstable, but don't worry. No one got hurt. Can you set up a meeting? I already have. He holds out his index finger. Tonight, starting at 10 o'clock, near the old fish market on the coast. The one on the boardwalk, a little past a fishing village. Be careful, Harry. I would never set you up for anything dangerous, but you did ask for this. Now, he claps his hands. Back to the fun stuff. Okay, just hang on a second. Near the old fish market on the coast, the one on the boardwalk, a little past the fishing village. So we've been in the fishing village already, so we're going to be heading there to our shack this evening. So this is actually working out quite nicely. Should we be there from 10 till 2? Do we go on our own or without... Kitsuragi hopefully will still be with us at 10 o'clock. We don't fancy taking her on single-handedly if she's as mad as she sounds. More fun stuff. He looks at you. Seems like we already have fun stuff to do. Right, Mr. Everard, let's get down to brass tacks. Did you order the hanged man killed? I did not, Harry. He shakes his head energetically. Although I'm very, very glad he's dead. And what do you gain from him being dead? Why, a war, of course. And what do you have to gain from a war? Victory, Mr. Kitsuragi. I have victory to gain. We are going to start a war with the Wild Pines group and win before they even realise there is a war. Yeah, they've got trained military people. Aren't you afraid for your men? Harry, we outnumber them 1,500 to 1. And that's just matinees. With all the unions in Revershaw and with public opinion on our side, we can hold off 2 men. Or 15 men. Or even 50 men. The more they send, the worse it's going to look for them. They made a huge mistake hiring those guys. No one likes foreign mercenaries. The leftists hate them, the fascists hate them, even the moralist thinks they're in a bad taste. And how is this connected to the strike? Harry, there is no strike, only war, class war, or in business terms, a dawn raid, or, wait, he pauses to rub his chin. Is that when you still pay them something? Because we won't do that. We're not going to give nothing. We're going to take. Terminal B away from them. The roads, the gates, the containers, that big crane, even the damn coffee maker. We're going to take all of it for the people and fuck Wild Pines. So that's why you haven't let Joyce in. Yes, It's also why I let that midget Gormut go. He's too nice. I can't put him through this. Plus he knows how to get in here. That woman can't tell her tits from her asshole. She has no chance. What? Tits from her asshole? It's a local saying. Why are you telling me your plans? Because we're friends, Harry. Besides, it doesn't matter now. You can go tell her if you want. It won't change the course of events. We have a significant head start. He looks at the swordfish clock and nods. It's already happening. How many guys are you in the Union? 2,372, he replies like a whip. Plus yours truly, of course. 2,373 is a sizable contingent for a labour organisation in Revachol. And they're all well motivated. At least the ones you've seen. And how are you going to fund your independent harbour? Oh, you mean what sort of goods are going to be flowing through? How am I going to replace all the contracts we'll lose once the poo-poo hits the fan? The clients who'll ditch us? Harry, we thought of everything. Everything. We've been running back-channel negotiations with all the major clients. I think the company will be unpleasantly surprised to see how many of them stay loyal to Martinez and to the new competitive contracts we can offer. With renewed zeal sparked by communal ownership, the men will be shipping those containers double time. You'll be surprised to see how fast things go without parasites latching on. We'll have our hands free to pursue bold, exotic, new revenue streams. That's drugs. Drug trafficking. Drug trafficking? Don't be stupid, Mr. Kitsuragi. There are perfectly legal, 100% ethical chemical factories on the Samaran Isola. You don't need to be colonialist about it. All they do is produce components to keep the pharmaceutical industry running. That's people's health we're talking about. Old grannies, little babes, people with disabilities. Wow. A neurochemical psychoactive labour uprising hostile takeover. That's just the top of the iceberg though, isn't it? The company thinks transporting these chemicals in bulk looks bad. He makes air quotes. Has bad optics. Maybe illegal in some countries. The Debardot Union, however, we're all about the large volume column. We're going to transport the living daylights out of those materials, Harry. He slams his fist on the desk once more. So your sick kid can get his benefed, and your wacky uncle doesn't have to come off risperidone. And the kids on the street can get speed and pyahulidin. I'm an old-fashioned guy, Mr. Kitsuragi. I sometimes grab a beer with the boys, but I have no idea about the things you just mentioned. He smiles. But if I were to supply ingredients for some sort of rainbow party, I would make sure the Union took a fantastic share, and I'd keep that stuff far away from Martinez. We're not going to get involved, but we just want to solve the murder. It's as simple as that. You know why you're such a good detective, Harry? You don't get sidetracked. You care about the people you're supposed to protect, not some systems that may or may not be unethical. Anyway, let's not focus on the sensationalism of the drug trade. This hypothetical drug trade is all anyone ever seems to be interested in. It would only be a small part of the harbour's turnover, just like the harbour is but a small part of Martinez. Go on. Let's look at the big picture, Martinez as a whole. There are little girls out there with dreams of making music, young mothers who want to start businesses, models who want to walk catwalks, and steel welders who want to weld steel. I'm going to unite them all into one economic body. We're going to incorporate this place to kingdom come. Everyone's going to be in on the wealth, and everyone's going to pull their weight. Yeah. It's not our place to judge. And really, We're not that fussed right now. Harry, the length you're willing to go to keep your nose clean is remarkable. He stares at you lovingly. You will always have a warm bed in Mr. Clare's household, my friend, and a special place in the future of Martinez. Okay, so we can apparently inquire about specific union members. We're way past specific union members now. This is the big time. His eyes are shining. We're talking about the future of Revachol here, Harry. You can bother Leonard with that. He points to the door. He loves to run his mouth on such matters. But I'm in big time mode, Harry. Right. Great, great. Well, I think I have truly built a bridge between Martinez and Jamrock today. We have united the RCM and the Debardos Union. Suddenly there's a sadness in his tone. This, he points to you, and then himself, has been so great. I'm sorry we don't have more fun things to do together, but if you ever feel like bouncing something off me, my door is always open. Right, okay. So we're done with the drugs for now. We've got a couple more leads about the murder anyway, so for now, we're going to leave him be. Confront the pigs. Just walk past the fishing village until you see the boardwalk. After 10. Dorgunna Megamix. Yeah. Return to class here. Well, a bit of time has passed. She might have collected herself now, actually. And we've got a couple of points to put into something, which we'll hang fire on for the moment. What's this? Says our empathy. We're getting reports of normal, reasonable, temperate political opinion somewhere in Martinez. This is because I keep saying none of the above to the political stuff, isn't it? It's also about that, but it's also more. Perhaps it's the hangover, perhaps it's the temporary surge of serotonin, but something tells you it's time to become a citizen of the Kingdom of Conscience. Where is this Kingdom of Conscience? It is not a place, it is a moment in time that can only arise in the right circumstances. In all of human history, it's only been achieved a handful of times. And how do you bring about those circumstances? Incrementally. Oh, you'd get there faster with a little speed. Speaking of, when are you going to get on that, bub? When Kitsuragi's absent, history's greatest catastrophes have been brought about by people trying to make the world a better place too quickly. That's the genius of Dolores Day. She recognised that progress is meaningless if its gains are lost because of instability. Real, lasting change can only come about gradually, increment by increment. Yeah, but okay, but what is this Kingdom of Conscience actually like? The kingdom is difficult to comprehend, and even more difficult to describe, partly because humanity will need to discard many of the categories that define and limit it today. The Kingdom of Conscience is post-capitalist, post-national, it's also post-industrial, post-ideal. Oh, it sounds all very boring. Oh, very rubbish, very dull, not very disco. Sounds kind of terrible. I don't think I want to be involved in this claptrap. Thanks, but no thanks. What you want is immaterial. The Kingdom of Conscience is coming, whether you like it or not. Only very slowly. Okay. Now, apparently, we can speak to the chappie outside for more information about individual union members. good old talkative, what was he called?
Oh, hey, mister. I need
Is it Leo?
to talk with old Leo here. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. It's like Lady Larice said when she opened a bathhouse in the basement of my apartment building. They can only get so far before they're aching to get back. And a lot of folks really did keep coming back.
Yes, very good, Leo, very good. I had some further questions, if that's not too much trouble. No trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all. It's like that old saying goes, wisdom withers if not shared. And old Leo is always up for sharing. Yeah, I want to ask about someone, Leo. Mr. Everett doesn't want me to talk about people, about union guys. He thinks for a moment. But who did you want to talk about? Manana. He's the guy that sat on the railings, isn't he? Oh, he's a union man through and through. Good guy. He falls silent, hesitating. He's very calm, laid back, doesn't do much. Talks to Everett sometimes. Honestly, I don't know what he does for us, but it must be important because everybody likes him. Yes, they do. I think that's what he does. He makes everyone feel a little better. Okay. Our good old friend, Mr. Spin Kick in the Face Measurehead. Oh, he's really something. The little man starts laughing. He doesn't talk much to me usually, but when he does, I don't really understand most of what he's saying. He suddenly falls quiet. Actually, I don't think he would like me running my mouth about him like that. Once, he said he's a dragon to this mob fellow who came picking a fight with some union men. Heh, I think he really believes Jean-Luc was a dragon because he ran right off. Another time he almost killed another guy, but I shouldn't talk about that. That's precisely what it is. Everett's dragon. Yeah, well, we're a dragon slayer. Tell me about Titus. Good old Mr. Hardy. Oh, Titus is a longshoreman through and through. He was born on a boat, they say. The little man rubs a patch on his elbow. His veins are probably filled with salt water, I tell you. Nice friendly sort, old Titus is. What do you know about René? The night guard. Oh, he's a peculiar fellow. Leo looks at the guard booth on the wall. He's a strong, silent type, you could say. We talk all the time, but I don't really know much about him. He plays a pétanque with my old human studies teacher, Mr. Martin, down at the plaza. I think he's the only fellow who actually knows old René. They lived on the same street their entire lives, even dated the same girl on and off for as long as I can remember. He chuckles again. Strange fellows, but Mr. Martin was always real nice to me in school. I remember once. Hang on. Gaston was your human studies teacher? Mr. Martin, yes, Leo nods. Don't really remember much about him. I was just a boy back then. And what do you know about Everett? I'd best not. I mean, I could, but I don't think Mr. Everett would like it very much. You better ask him yourself, mister. Okay. And who is this Edgar guy you keep mentioning? Mr. Edgar is Mr. Everett's brother. He looks a bit younger, but a very smart fellow. Very smart fellow indeed. He's away on some union business, not even in Revachol, they say. All kinds of places he visits. Him and his brother both do when they're on vacation. Right now it's Mr. Everett's turn to look after the union, but last year he spent a whole winter in South Safari. He chuckles. Left with the first autumn rains and didn't come back before the trees were green again. The little guy chuckles again. Right, that'll do, thank you. Don't think we picked up anything groundbreaking there. Right then, so a couple more little bits and bats to finish off with before we head back out to the fishing village. First of all, we're going to try and listen to these tapes that we've got in our possession. And then we're going to see if we can speak with Classia. See if enough time's passed for her to divulge a bit more information to us. Actually, whilst we're in the relative quiet of this office, this would be a good time to start listening to the boombox, I think. So, Here goes nothing. Equip. Look at that. On the shoulder. Oh yeah! Blow it in people's faces! Okay, so we'll start with the Door Gunner Megamix. Play the tape. That didn't sound like something we were interested in. This isn't Revachol, a man's voice says. This is a fucking village. I can almost see the elephants. Another loud screech. Some kind of machinery. The harbour. Kim takes out his notebook. That's the sound of a Cavalsund crane. More static. When this shit is done, I'm going to tear that place up. Soldier of the Apocalypse style. Kill shit. Dogs and chickens too. Gonna rent a room, Corty. A real nice one. This part is unintelligible. I don't give a shit. I'm fucking done. I'm done mentally. I'll fucking do them all in. Rape that disco cunt on the counter, you know, the dancer who's upstairs. Do it Kohoi style. Never did get that taste out of my mouth. A click, then silence. The rest of the tape is empty. The lieutenant presses the button marked Arrêter on your porter reel. The tape stops spinning. What do you think? It seemed authentic enough. Probably recorded off their shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. He sounded like he was on a patrol around the harbour walls. He also sounded inebriated. Still, the lieutenant looks at the tape. You are familiar with this look now? It's his look of suspicion. There's more going on here than we know. What was that at the very end? Silence? End of recording. And who's this Corty? One of the other mercenaries, I think. The one he was talking to? A friend of his? Bad news. And Kohoi? A village on the Samaran Isola in South Safri. Grad committed war crimes there. The kind of thing he talks about. You think he was there? Who knows? Maybe the tattoos would have an answer. We would need to know the story of this man's service. Okay, what now? I think we've got a few more questions for Classier, don't you? He looks around. This seems to contradict her testimony, at least to some degree. As we take out the tape, the boombox tunes itself back to the Cheerio radio again, spewing out beats like it's a Friday night. Boom, boom, shake the room. Right, quick, Saint Sen tape. Let's just let's have a listen. You press your ear against the speaker. It sounds like someone's moving in the room, getting comfortable. Then the organ starts playing, a simple melancholic tune echoing in the hallway. A lone singing voice joins in, telling you about the tiniest church in Saint-Seine, surrounded by even tinier yard. You almost feel the seaside mist on your skin. It's mega sad. Within seconds you know this is the one, the real shit you've been looking for, the one you trashed your room to. This one tells it like it is. This is your tune. A click, then silence for a bit. Then the tape stops spinning. Yeah, could I sing this for karaoke? I think I could sing this. Of course you could sing this. You could take sad to a whole new level with this, and you already know the lyrics since you've listened to it like 1,000,000 times. Yep, they're all here. All 3 verses. And the B-side of the tape contains the instrumental version. It's like the world itself is telling you to do it. Only one obstacle stands in your way. Nothing can stop me now, surely. Gart. You have to convince Gart to let you sing karaoke in the whirling. After you've won him over, you can express yourself. Let the pain out. Make everyone understand. The lieutenant looks at you as you remove the tape from the boombox. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't have to say anything. Sing karaoke? Convince Gart to let us sing karaoke? We've just given him a grouse, for God's sake. He should be putty in our hands. So I'm going to head over there straight away. Where's my boombox gone? I want to be Mr. Cook. There we go. It's in our hand. Boom, shake the room, baby. Disco cock carrying boombox. Do. Get out of my way, people. Get out of my way. Hey, you got it. It's tuned in now. It's tuned in. Do. Oh, yeah. Nod your heads, folks. It's like the 80s all over again. Right, oh. Better put it away. We're trying to get Gart to help us out here. Don't think he'd be impressed if we're causing a racket in his whirling in rags.
Hey, is there something you needed?
Gart, it's time for me to sing karaoke. No, you don't. It's not happening. This is a lie, but come on. It's my way of saying sorry. It's my way of apologising for all the trouble. By causing more trouble, I think we're good. Come on. Come on. Why do you even have a PA system if no one's going to use it? It's for the... He begins confidently but then stumbles on his own words. It's for no one, it's a prop. I'm not letting anyone use it after the great karaoke catastrophe of 44. Wait, what happened in 44? A lot of people got killed because some asshole wanted to sing karaoke. Come on, it's not a prop, it's for your clients. I know it's used. Okay, yes, it's for some clients, he admits reluctantly. Come on, I'm a real client. I've paid my bills. I've given you a grouse now. I have a right to use a karaoke machine. Huh, well, he comes up with a counter-argument. We don't have any tapes. They all got stolen. It's all right. I've brought my own song with me. The man in the vest and the violet shirt stares at the tape you've just given him. He begins to frown. Hard. This is the look of a man who's defeated. He knows he's out of excuses. Fine. Climb on that stage and do your thing. Just get out of my hair. He shakes the tape at you. I'll plug it in for you. Damn this karaoke machine. Oh yeah, time to do damage. Can we do it now? I think right now? No, in the evening. They ain't ready for the sad song just yet. It's far too early. But yeah, so... sad song this evening, then we're going to go and confront the pigs when we're riding that high. Oh, it's all coming together nicely. Right then, so what we're going to do in the next session is we're going to head upstairs and speak once again to Clasia because there's further questions we have for her. After listening to the tape, of course. And then after we've done that, we'll have a bit of time to kill. So we're going to head back out over to the fishing village and start to explore a little bit further north to see what we can come across. So join me next time for that. Until then, see you soon. Oh yeah, and just to finish things off. Oh yeah, get down.